So this is going to be the X17 disassembly video, as I am going to be doing the repaste. Tools that I'm going to be using is obviously have the owner's manual set up. I'll be going through the variety of prerequisites. I'll be trying earmarking the video as I go along so we know exactly where I'm at, but it involves moving the back cover, memory, hard drive, battery, rear I/O, power adapter port, headset port, left fan, right fan, heat pipe. And once that's all done, I can get into the main process. With going along, I just have pieces of paper where I'm going to be putting the, for each section where I'm going to be putting my screws, just because they are a lot similar and we don't want to confuse where goes what. I've got a trusty iFixit kit to do it. I'm going to do my best to keep this in frame as I go along, so my camera's running. So let's get started. First thing is back cover. I noticed some videos, folks saying this has been difficult to get off. I've not had a ton of trouble with it the first time. I've only done it once, and that was to install an extra hard drive. Make sure I grab the right screw here. I was using the wrong screw the first time, and I felt like I started stripping these a little bit. So that's why I went and bought this iFixit kit, just to make sure that that was not something I was going to continue to do, because I wanted a perfect fit. Keep these screws in good shape. So going to the very first one, removing the base cover. There are two different types of screws here, but they recommend a certain order, so they want you to do these first. I believe these are the different type ones, and you can tell by looking at them that they're a different type. So this one comes out. This one, make sure I'm in frame. I am. This one comes out. This is going to go on my back cover. The two that come out. These two here don't come out. They just come up to a certain point, and then they just kind of stay in the case. There we go. And this one actually might screw out. Then they want you to loosen, I believe this, and this. These for do come out. It's the back rubber that doesn't come out. The back ones that don't come out. So I'm going to take these all the way out. But these don't come out. Yeah, these don't come out. These for back rubber come out. So these first front ones are very different than these other ones. You'll tell that they're significantly longer here in the back than in the front. So that guy's not wanting to come out. Some of these actually will stay in. They just kind of screw up to a certain point. And I'm not going to force it if I'm showing that it's now. There we go. So these are four. So that guy likes to come out. That guy likes to come out. This guy just does not want to come out. I don't want to. He can do what he wants as long as he doesn't mess up where it's supposed to be. Put them in their pile. So once they're all done, this actually pops up when you start it. And then you get a little tool, something in there to get it going the rest of the way. See, it pops up a little bit, pops up more. Some people said they had a hard time. This is slightly easier than the first time, but once I got this little pick to do it, it was real easy. Before I was doing it without the pick, I was afraid, but once it all pops, it comes right back. I think I may have shifted a little bit on my screen. So I'm going to set this down so I don't scratch it or do anything, even though it sets on. But I think we moved a little bit. Let me shut the camera, do that. Okay, so next up is, and it's weird in the instructions, I think it says preemptively remove, unplug the battery, but it does not, in the prerequisite order, removing the batteries like later on. I'm going to do the removing the battery first, because I just want it unplugged and not have to deal with it. So I'm going to go back here, go to the battery section. All right, so first things first, I want to unplug the battery. Had a little scare with the battery when I was like moving stuff around and putting these in. I heard like a pop and I like panicked. Draining your battery to zero is best case scenario. They don't have to worry about that. Here I'm just going to make sure I do this nice and cleanly and just yank it out. And I'm going to get better. This. This is metal. I don't want to use metal. I feel like I'm going to have more control with this tweezers. I'm going to grab. These plastic ones don't really have a ton. They don't go wide enough. make sure I pull him out cleanly, all the way out, and up. I don't want him touching it all in there. All right, so he's all up. So for this, there are 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think they all use the same screwdriver. So here it does not give any instructions on how to in order. So we're going to do these. Careful not to lose these. All right, I got my battery piece of paper. So there's 1. Now this is going to be a really long video. I think the goal is that you can kind of fast forward through it if you don't care, jump to your section, but assuming you're doing this with me, hopefully you're not worried about pausing the video to keep up with me. You're just going to be moving along at my pace. Here we go. You also get a feel for how long it takes. I have, outside of installing one of these hard drives, I have never actually worked on a laptop. I've worked on a ton of PCs, but never on a laptop. So I'm hoping to be about the average when it comes to speed through this. If you're a first timer, and obviously you'll get faster and faster as you go. And it's nice, these actually have labels for, oh god, don't move, the screws. Here we go, and we're still set. Alright, so. And it says I'm just going to lift up on this, so I'm just going to lift up on this. And easy peasy. Alright, set the battery down, don't want to bend it, twist it, don't want to do anything to it other than be gentle. There we go. Alright, battery out. Alright, next up is the memory. I have never uninstalled memory from a laptop, so this will be interesting. I guess there's pins on the side that I want to push out. Is it this guy here? Then we get tweezers. We push here. Yep, that was it. Whoa. That feels like nothing's holding that thing in. Alright. There we go. Okay. Memory. Go on its memory page. No screws for that, obviously. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, that one is the easy step. Going back. Next one on the list is the hard drives, I believe. Go back to my list. 2 hard drives. So, I have here the main one that came with it. I got the smallest one just because I had spare hard drives laying around from another build. So, it's only 512 at the time I ordered. Actually, I think now the 256 is available as the smallest drive, which is just tiny and embarrassing. Dell and Alienware. But I get that they're trying to let people have their options to upgrade, which is good. I don't know if it's saving any money. So I'll leave you out. Right, looks like my cover came off. That's okay. And I'll let you out. Notice I'm not using a static wristband. Building computers for more than 20 years. I think I had one bad component, or one time where when I went to build it, things didn't actually boot up the first time. Maybe I tried it, maybe it came bad, but I think that's pretty good luck. I don't even know where I would pin to on this thing. Like, I understand pinning to the case or something, but I have hardwood floor, and it's not dry here. It's a little bit on the humid side right now, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. So we've done the battery, so now we're on the rear I/O. So the rear I/O, let's flip it around. Gentle, make sure I set it underneath the metal to mess up the top. So the rear I/O is back here. There are 2 screws. Thing you're going to do, I'm not going to tilt this up for the camera's purpose. I'm guessing I'm going to tilt it up for my purpose to see a little bit better. But just 2 screws here. And I feel like the preemptive stuff is the easiest part of this process. I think the biggest thing I'm going to be worried about is to make sure I put everything back together right. There are a lot of things I've got to unplug from the motherboard to get to the, to just take it off. There we go. Put that forward. All right, this is going on my I/O. Yep. Cheat. All right, so now here, I've unscrewed that, and it says, move the 2 screws, lift the latch and disconnect here and here. So I've got to lift the latch. Lift the latch. I've got to figure out what that means. Let me back this up into view. Lift the latch. So it appears to be referring to this here. Sorry, my head's in the way, but I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. Lift the latch. Lift the latch. Alright, what is the latch? Lift the latch. Lift the latch. The latch appears to be pointing towards the memory and lift it up. So it's like there's a latch back here. I feel like lifting the latch, I'm just going to tear it out from the motherboard. Lift the latch. Lift the latch. Is this a latch? Yep, that's the latch. So it's a little black thing. You're going in along the cord and you're lifting up gently, gently, gently. The other one was a lot easier to get up. This one is taking a little more effort. Alright, latches up. Man, that is a small connector. And then I'm going to just pull this out. Oh man, that's just a thin, and that's just metal connectors right there. Metal connectors. The latch. Alright. Alright, so once that's done, firmly grasp the side of the computer with both hands and push the rubber feet away from you. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to flip this around to get some grip. Alright. And I am going to just check and make sure the camera's still going. And I'm just going to push up here firmly. You can feel it moving. I'm going to do... I mean, it's taking a decent amount of pressure to firmly press against it. But I feel it wiggling. Just don't feel it coming a ton. I'm going to go to one hand on one side. There we go. Okay. It was not... Once something moved slightly, okay, I would do that first. That took a ton less force just to grab it and do it. I don't know why. Like I kind of moved it more of up and down like this a little bit. That wiggle was enough to get it to move better. Now there's some resistance, but not a ton. All right, and that feels good. Yeah, this is coming up without a lot of concern, I would call it. And it slides off the back. Here we go. You can see there's variety of stuff in there, but that is the I/O. And now I'm at the power adapter 8. So we're going into power adapter. All right, this is a total of 3 screws. It's in the upper right-hand corner. Remove the 2 screws, and then secure the power adapter to the palm rest. Okay, then remove. So removing the screws is step 1. So I'm up here, and my 3 screws are 1, 2, and 3. Pretty straightforward in the image. It's basically the most upper right 3 screws. 1, 2, and oh god, that jumped out on me. 3. All right, I'm going to redo where I'm putting my sheets because I want to keep this side open for me to climb up on top of and look at the camera. So going here, I'm not using this metal. Oh shoot. These are different types of screws, so I did not keep them separated. But I can clearly see 2 are very long and 1 is very short. Looking at the image, the short one is the highest one. Alright, so I'm going to close the other way and make more space for myself over here. Get better organized. I apologize for the delay. Alright, so lift the power adapter port bracket off the palm rest. Okay, so I've unplugged it. Oh, this is just a bracket. I didn't do anything other than hold it on. Don't worry about that. Lift the power. Okay, then disconnect the power adapter port from the system. Which, okay, so the power adapter port is this whole thing here. And it is taped down. So I am going to likely pull up on this tape here. I think this is a bunch of tape I need to pull off. I was worried about the tape and how it's going to go back on. I got slightly sweaty hands. And this tape is... It looks like we got a variety of tapes here that I'm going to deal with. So, okay. I'm going to keep the tape on the main piece I'm taking off. And we are going to unplug, once the tape is off, this guy here. Peel the tape that secures the power connector to the system. Peel the okay. Disconnect the power adapter from the system. That makes sense. I don't think there's any latches, so I think this is just a, once the tape is up, pull off. Okay, it is not coming out cleanly. I don't know if it's additional tape or what. So we're going to wiggle this up. Oh, the fan is wanting to come with this. And it's wanting to come with this tape. So we're going to lift, lift, lift. Oh, we're lifting. Right, there we go. Okay, so that's good. So this side's easy to get off. And then I lifted the power adapter. And I just don't want to bend it up this way. That's going to cause any issues with the cord. And I'm just going to give it a little more of a wiggle. See if it comes out. Oh, easy peasy. Just need a little bit of a wiggle, and we're off. So, power bracket is off, set aside. It'll be interesting to see how hard the tape is to get back down. All right, so power adapter off. And next we are to the headset port. Headset port. This is the headset port. Man, it would be awesome if they put these up here. Actually, no, it'd be awesome if the motherboard was inverted, or not inverted, and that way we could see, get right to it without having to do this, but what can we do? They're designing it and have to operate in it. All right, so on this one we have no screws. So we're using the pull tab to disconnect the I/O board cable. So we have a pull tab right here, which just pulls up here. So I guess I'm just pull the pull tab. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It just presses down. Easy peasy. And then I am just gonna unstick it. Oh no, we have another connection here, it looks like, or is that? Oh, that's a different cable. That's likely for the fan. So I'm not disconnecting that one. I'm just, well, I probably will at a point, but I'm just disconnecting the stickiness that runs along here. It actually has tape that's hitting another cable. There we go. And he goes back down here. Oh, I am unplugging both of these, so that is being done now. So this is another one that just sticks right down to the motherboard. I'm just pulling on this. This one is taking a significant amount more effort than the other one. Doing a little wiggling. Okay, that one is creating a lot more force to get off. I feel like there's a little tab right here holding it down. I'm just going to get a little pull of my fingernail before I lift up. Or did that have this as well and it came with it? No, it did not have that looking tab with it. Okay, so we're going to just get a little more wiggle in this. Increasing the force. There we go. I just had to increase the force. It doesn't feel like it was excessive. That tab did nothing. It's actually part of this, so ignore that comment. All right. So once I've done that, I come up to here. I believe this is just tape. Yep, it's just tape. I'm just peeling off. Tape I'm peeling off. All right, and then I think this just comes out. No, let's do it. Peel the heat cable off the palm rest in keyboard assembly and lift the key port. It's cable off the palm rest assembly. So I think this is just sitting in here and held in by other things. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's just held in there by a little bit of stickiness. All right, so this I'm guessing I'm leaving off here. I don't think that involves anything, so it's just going to hang. So I need my headset port. Here we go. That's that port. Put him back on. That is done. Now we're left to the left and right fans. All right, so we'll go with the left fan because that's in order. Left fan has two screws. The two screws. So it says here, move the speaker cable and antenna cable off the routing guide. So let's see, I think that's right here. So we have these little guys that are in this thing. It's actually attached to the motherboard, so I'm going to preemptively just unplug it, because I'm probably going to need to unplug it regardless. Here we go. Okay, and there's little brackets. It's up, down, up. Very easy. We have another cable here, and we'll go up, down, up. It's off. It's going somewhere else underneath here, so I'm going to leave it be. I think we're going to plug it regardless, but I get what that is. And I think when reattaching all this stuff, I mean, the cables are exactly the length, so it's almost going to be impossible not to know where things go. That was one of my worries. But I'm seeing like here, like I know that's going to go here. This bad boy can only reach to there, so I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. So that's undone. I need to peel the tape. I need to peel the tape that secures the antenna to the palm rest. I think I already did that. We'll see if anything sticks. Remove the two screws. So we have a screw here, and we have a screw here on both sides of the fan. One of the things I was worried about with keeping this one versus the 7i was that the 7i did not need a repaste off the bat. It was running rock solid with the stock paste. But I do know that I'm kind of the person that cleans these out. And I know that you can overspin fans, so my idea of just blowing a fan air pressure into this is not making comfortable. I would want to take this apart at a certain level to get into these. So that's also, I was kind of like, I'm likely going to be digging into these anyways. And I like messing with stuff. So this is kind of fun for me. And I like making content that kind of helps folks out, especially in areas. Okay, so this one is, I mean, I'm trying to use these little pinchers to get this, but I just don't feel comfortable control-wise on them. I'm a little bit on the shaky side. So here I'm just kind of wiggling it out, not to create any too much pressure. These are not like stuck in there. I think the earlier one was the only one. And that one, so now I get a fingernail on both sides. Fingernails are great for this process, and it pops right out. So I think that's all it takes. And this little guy comes out. Oh, no tape. I don't know what tape that was. I already did it. So he is rather dense and compact for what he does. But okay, so this is the left side fan. I'll set him aside with his screws. Making more space for me. Lots of space, I would say, for this. I'm doing this on my countertop, but I would recommend lots of space to have it. So now we're on to the right fan. The right fan is slightly different. It has three screws. It also has a cable in the bracket. I think you get pretty used to how this works. I mean, the power cable for this is the exact same spot. So that I can just pop off, wrong order, but it's in the same spot. It's right by the battery connector. And he comes out no problem. 3 screws visually, easy to spot. 1, 2, and 3. Take those out. One. And I can say this would be very easy to lose track of what goes where, but like the simplest of organization, and this is not a problem. Like I noted, I have yellow pieces of paper, each one written with the main area. If there are multiple types of screws, I am labeling them. And I've got this video to reference back to where the long and short ones are. These are all the same size. I think that if you try to screw a long one into a short one, you would know quickly that that's not right. So over here I've got my fan and my 3 screws, all the same size, so not to worry. All right, so the fan's done. And lastly, we have the heat pipe. All right. All right, so this heat pipe you got to be careful with. You're not supposed to touch it with your hands, as it can cause it to get residues on it and cause problems. So I'm actually going to go get gloves. All right, I got some light tip gloves on. This may be overly cautious because in my life I've definitely touched heat pipes before, but on such a small, I would say important level of thermal cooling, which is actually on the back. I guess we're keeping the back side of the CPU cool, but maybe some other components. I will take the precaution. The instructions tell you to take off the power adapter. We've already done that. So we have left here is, what is this called? Move the display cable connector latch. So I need to, I'm gonna load this up, take a look at what's going on here on this to see what's holding this down. So it actually has something stuck all the way around the back. So you do need to pick this up. And it appears to have what I would just describe as a little bit of tape wrapping it around here. It needs to be peeled off to be able to get around. Or likely you can just cut it if you don't want to deal with it. But remember that this tape wraps all the way around to the back. This is way out of focus for you, I apologize. But there's effectively a little piece of tape right here that wrapped all the way back around that I need to lift up. Once I do that, I now can get access to lifting this off the board. And I can see this is the heat pipe right there, which I guarantee I've already touched. And then, sleep. And then I'm going to be able to lift this off. And it describes pulling this out as a lift up, it looks like. Move the power down. Okay, lift the latch and lift the latch. Oh, another latch. I hate latches. This also appears to have a piece of plastic over it. Clear plastic, which there's a latch here. I'm going to want to get to it. So I can grab here in this corner. I'll be honest, this one looks like it's been taken off before. It looks like it's got finger marks underneath it. So, okay. So I think the latch is, it's like a little metal ring. Not a metal ring, a metal bar here that you can grab underneath and lift up. Yep, super easy. And then do I pull up on the bar or pull up on the cable? I'm going to pull up on the cable, not the bar, because the bar is pretty thin. So I think the latch went down a little bit. I'm going to lift him back up again. Okay, make sure he's up. He feels very fragile, so I would be careful here. And I'm just going to wiggle this guy up. Wiggle this guy up. Okay, and he popped out. Okay, so the bar wanted to go back down. I'm going to pull him back up again just to make sure he's not doing anything. And I'm going to lift. Okay, one side has come out and the other side hasn't, which has me a little concerned. I'm going to be gentle. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, here he came out. I don't know why he was stuck in there, but he came out. Maybe it was uneven pressure. So back he goes. All right, so now I have here 5 screws, 2 different types. 2 silver, 3 black. So that'll be easy to keep separated. But where they go, it looks like silver and silver on the top, and then black, black, and black here. So I'm going to undo you, pull you out. Here we go. 1, 2. I'm guessing these have thermal pads on them, so no paste to redo. I'm not redoing any of the thermal pads. I do like upgrading thermal pads if I know their exact dimensions, but usually I'm doing them on like water blocks onto a motherboard, which is slightly different than how compact and this is, and I don't want to throw anything significantly out of variance, so I will not be swapping those out. So you can even say, like, if you got the exact same new and old, they not all at the same time could cause problems. So heat pipe, got my 3, I got my 2. Okay. And then I am going to remove the 3 screws. Okay, yep. Lift the heat pipe off the system. So it should be pretty straightforward, I think. So I'm going to grab it. This heat pipe has, yeah, it's got some thermal pads there, but this thing's got a coating on it too. I'm not sure if touching this really matters in the grand scheme of things, but it said be careful, and there's no way to pick this up without touching it that way. All right, so we have completed the process needed to get to taking the motherboard off. So I'm going to go back. Okay, back. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so now that I am ready to go, I need to disconnect a bunch of things to make sure it works. It has it numbered, so we are going to go in order. 1 is right here. Again, it has this plastic covering on it. It is also one of the where I've got to lift a bar up and out of the way. It's a little latch. That one stuck, didn't even stick. I think it just holds it in from rattling off, because that was in no way required to be there. This is stuck down, so a little bit of that. The bar just fell right back down, so you need to hold the bar up and while doing this all at once and lift. I can hear stickies, so you gotta get the stickies off first. Get the stickies off first and pops right off, no problem. All right, number 2 is here. I've already disconnected that, so we're good. Number 3 is here. I've already disconnected that. Number 4 is here. I've disconnected. 5 I've disconnected. 6 I've disconnected. 7 is not disconnected. And I think it's weird. It's glossing over this one right here, because it's very clearly plugged into the thing. And I feel like that's not covered. We're going to do 7. Okay. Lift the latch and disconnect the keyboard control cable from the system. So there is a latch. Lift the latch. Oh, this is one of those where this is the latch right here I was trying to pull on. Actually goes up, I think. I'm going to try to even pressure on this across the whole. Really didn't help it. Okay, I feel like it's coming up. I'm just being careful with the amount of pressure I'm applying. I mean, this could be. Usually things are pretty darn sturdy in PCs, but I don't know about this. I don't want to be freaking off the latch. Okay, I'm going to check this. I'm going to check this again. Make sure I've got the right thing. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to come up. It looks like it's supposed to pivot. I'm just being a little on the gentler side. So we're going to try this again. You can't see this. I apologize for my head. There we go. Yeah, it's just amount of force. I got in under one side and I lost it. You went back up and locked back down. There we go. Okay, I got underneath it. I'm going to go all the way across and lift. Oh my god, that thing locks back down like a champ. There we go. Alright, it's up. Alright, and then I think I can just pull this out. Yeah, nice and easy. That's just the cable. Alright, nice and easy. Now we learn, lift it up, you're over it, you're good. Next is 8 is unplugged, 9 is unplugged, 10 is unplugged, 11 is unplugged, 12 is not unplugged. Now that I know what I'm looking at, this clearly has a lift the latch kind of situation. Okay, let's try to pick. Okay, that was super easy. A little tug. Tug. Oh, he's out. Alright. So that was 12, 13, and 14. Alright, so basically doing the other disassemblies we've done pretty well. Alright, so now I see instructions along lines that we've already done. So these are already taken care of. Okay, we do have some other things to disconnect. So here, this does not look familiar. It is showing me something right here that I'm not seeing. What am I missing here? I see, or is this a weird zoom in that I'm not? Okay, oh, okay. So it's showing it in the image over here, but it means this. So here is a single screw. This is the one I noted, like, I see that's clearly still attached to the motherboard. There's a decent amount of flex when I unscrewed that. Interesting. Okay, so one screw here, and I think this guy just comes off. That's just holding that on there. Oh yeah, that's just there, on there. And then I have 2 prongs, which I believe are just pressed down in there. Let me read the instructions on this. Remove the screw. It secures the wireless cable on the board. Lift the wireless cable bracket off the board. Disconnect the antenna cables from the wireless card. Oh, that's the wireless card. Okay, so this must be the antenna. So I kept 2 little pull tabs here, but I'm going to leave those be. And I'm just going to grab right here and lift off. Oh, off they go. And that is the tiniest little connector. It is very cute. And the other one? Okay. And we're off. Okay. Alright. So pull these back. Oh, he's sticking. No, he's sticking. He wasn't sticking. Tape arm was sticking. Okay. Now I need to remove 4 screws. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are black. I believe they're all the same size. So, removing you. Oh, wait 1 second. I still have my parts here from removing him. So they're going to get their own sheet. Here we go. Here's the motherboard sheet. Get the motherboard sheet off. There we go. There we go. And you're going over here. So 1 screw, 2 screws. Keep them close together. Alright, so back to where I was before. I've got 1 screw. These look the exact same as the one I just took off this little bracket. So, and then I did him, him. Okay, there we go. And that's 2. Oh, there's a 5th screw here. 1 solo. It's very much different. So we've done that, that, and that. So I'm doing here. This guy wasn't even screwed in. There was no friction there when I started it. Cute. So I don't know if that's just very lightly in there or just not assembled well. I don't know if that's the torque limits I've got to worry about. I feel like torque limits really don't matter on these guys. But ooh, that was concerning. Alright, so I have only 4 screws over there. I need my 5th. He is definitely different than the rest. He is silver. And it's nice that it appears every one of these is labeled their size. Like it's got the screw size there, so. Alright, so now once that is done, peel the tape. Alright, okay. Hold firmly on the left and right fans and lift the system board assembly off the palm rest key. Remove the fan. Okay, so that is firmly grab. I just think it's this that's coming off, right? I'm going to peel these guys out of the way. I'm going to lift. Alright, there we go. I can hear it coming off. Okay, so things need to be moved out of the way a little bit. I'm going to be gentle. Okay. Gentle. I'm just watching everything to make sure nothing does something weird, like catches, like that cable did here, that cable did here. Firmly holding it, and voila, we have the other side out. So, looking at this, I'm going to gently set him down here before I bring him into focus. There we go. All right, so another thing I wanted to involve with, I knew I was going to take it apart. This here is like this mesh, which I have a distinct feeling is going to get covered in dust and be very difficult to clean. I am not in love with whatever they did here. I may at one point, if that gets cloggy and ugly, I'm just going to take that out and just have it be straight through. It's acting as a filter, an air filter of sorts, but I don't know how easy it would be to blow that out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how long-term is. Maybe this is an Alienware thing that they've done in the past. But all right, we're back in recording. I actually ran out of disk space on my camera, so shut off. Fortunately, we were right at the end of taking it apart. So here we have the motherboard out and flipped over. I had to take a little break off so we get some rubbing alcohol. So now we have left is the heatsink removal. Here we have a total of 8 screws. I've zoomed in a little bit. I switched my macro. I probably will be doing a little bit of a zoom in so people can look at how the thermal paste looks right now. I don't know if there was some type of heat pump that was occurring. That's interesting. CPU barrier or some type of tape, and it's like definitely coming up. So I'm not sure if it leaked. It probably going right underneath that tape. That's secured down well there. Down. Let's take a look at that. But we have 8 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4 around the GPU. 1 off here. And it appears to be 1, 2, 3 around the CPU. So once we take that off, we're supposed to take it off in a certain order. These do have numbers around them, so disconnect the left and right heatsink assembly fan cable from the system first. So that is this guy. Oops. Okay, I'm pulling on the cable, which I shouldn't have been doing. To be honest with you, I should have gone to this and this. Maybe a fingernail thing. Yep, right off, no problem. Fingernail thing. Still wearing the gloves because, I mean, this is all heat pipe here that I can't not touch the heat pipe. Disconnect, reverse order. We're going 876. So let's find the numbers. I have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and then where's 1? And 1. All right, so let's go 8. These are all the same size screws, so it's pretty straightforward. 1. I do not have a sheet made for this. 1. We start 8. We have 7. Come off. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. So I think from the start of the video, I'll have to check the timing, but I think this is done in under an hour time frame, first time ever. I don't know if I'd do much faster. I think I'll take precautions. I definitely played around a little bit with things I didn't know how they connected, if I remember or not. So let's just see if this bad boy lifts off. It does not, so she's stuck on there. I'm going to check to make sure I have 8 screws, 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to see if there's any more instructions here on how to go. Lift the fan and heat sink from this. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to give a little pressure down so I can get a little. There's one little going. A little square. That thermal paste is sticking. Really sticking. Give a little lift on this side. Okay. Here we go. That side came off. I don't want to bend the heat pipe, so I'm going to be gentle with this. Maybe use a little, instead of going from the end, I'm going to a little twisting motion. Okay, so it's not coming up easily, so I'm going to double check everything. 2, 4, 6, 8 screws. 8 screws. So this is not a count. I'm not lifting from the end. I want to use twisting just because I think it'd be less likely to bend the heat pipes. Could try to go between the two. A little friction, not friction, but levering force. I don't go too far into there because I don't know what's underneath there. Looks like all of this comes up. So I don't believe this metal part comes up. I'm just afraid that there's circuits under there I could get into them, so I'm a little afraid to put too much underneath there. So I'm going to try a little bit more here. And here it kind of working its way. I'm going to try right here underneath this screw. I don't think there'll be any circuits underneath this screw. I'll try here a little bit more. This side's already come off. So, oh, I can see it's wiggling. So I'm going to try actually I'm going to try wiggling a little more. There we go. I've got movement with the wiggling. So I just think it's just suctioned down really well from the thermal paste. I'm going to lift up a little bit. Just checking to make sure there's nothing weird on this side. So, I mean, I get definitely, oh, there we go. Yeah, just the wiggle, and we're off. All right, so let's flip it over and see what we have. Gonna be careful with the, oh man. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I think I may have had some serious heat pump. Didn't know what heat pump was until I got into laptops. So a couple of concerning things here. I'm going to disconnect my camera and bring you down into this and see what I'm seeing. All right, so we're back. I lost something there. So here we go. Give me a little focus here. On the CPU side, looking at this, I'm seeing that we've got some weird buildup of residue and stuff going on. I also see that the thermal barrier was kind of breached. It squeezed out over it. I think that black gasket's supposed to be the limit, but clearly it went over that. Looking at the material, getting a little closer, I'm seeing like some hard buildup. I mean, it actually looks a little bit like liquid metal in there. I don't know if it's functioning that way or how that looks. I would say it's interesting to see on both sides this like around the square, that buildup. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's causing problems, gaps, harden. If it's all out the sides because of thermal pump, may explain why my scores got worse and worse the longer I used it. I mean, I've been testing this thing like crazy, but maybe that's a problem. GPU side, you can see they used plenty of thermal paste when it came off. We got plenty sticking off here, so I'm going to clean that up. I won't be using that much. You shouldn't need that much, but they're using an automated system, so better be safe than sorry. When I'm cleaning, I've got to be real careful with all those transistors, so be careful there. When you're cleaning this off, don't use alcohol off the bat because it will dissolve this, and then the metal can get everywhere. Be very careful. One thing I did note when I was looking at my, sorry for the focusing, it's very narrow, in reference, look at that. I don't know if that got pulled up when I was pulling it off. I hope that's the case, because if that was bubbled up like that, that was going to cause a serious gap. So I will need to flatten that out. So I'm going to back this off a little bit and give you a wider view of this. Back up a little further of how it looks. I'm sorry about the focusing. I don't have autofocusing. I need to buy a new camera. I'm going to back off a little more. A little more. I'm ready to focus for you guys. So here we go. The overall there and there. Heat pads came off definitely. So it's apart, and I will then be doing a new thermal compound. I'm not going to film the put back together because it's going to be just the reverse, and we'll see what the results look like. So I'm back real quick. I was cleaning the thermal paste, the Element 31, well. And I noted that when I'm cleaning it, it very clearly has liquid metal in it. And they say it's small balls. I mean, but it's scooping up like it's actually liquid metal. So I applaud Alienware for trying to get this in there. But I'm not sure how well I would say it performed. But it's definitely liquid metal built into that. I mean, it's little beads that when they glob up, they say don't use alcohol. I'm trying to keep it focused in here to get it off because I don't know how else to get this clean without using alcohol, just being very careful. Fortunately, there's a barrier as I move to the right, so as long as I keep my Q-tip right over that and I don't contaminate anything else, I'm pretty confident that I could deal with not getting it. You could sterilize the field by putting other stuff down, which I'll do when I put it on, but thought that was interesting to note, cleaning it off. That, yeah, that is very much liquid metal in there.